Oh, morning. It was very, very cold last night. And from about 3 or 4 a.m., I don't think I got much sleep at all because I was too busy being cold. Bye! Hi! Sorry, got the engine running, so there's a small vibration running through the car. Got the engine running because I'm trying to defrost the windows. There was actual frost. There was frost on my windshield this morning. Frost in October. Never heard that before. Anyway, very, very cold. I'm very uncomfortable. I can barely feel my fingers. As soon as the windows are done defrosting, I'm going to defrost my hands. Then I'm going to have a hot breakfast somewhere. Probably McDonald's. And a very large hot coffee. And then I don't know what we're doing with today because there's nothing happening. We got no inspections, no errands to run, nothing. Can't even go get fuel because I did that yesterday. So yeah, not sure what today's going to entail precisely. But there is a new place listed. No scheduled inspections yet, but I've sent a request in for that, so hopefully by the end of the week there will be an inspection for that place. I dreamt about the place that I inspected yesterday. Like, it's like I was talking about in yesterday's video, it's not the world's most perfect flat. Like, it's not some sort of golden goose of flats. But it's nice. And I'm starting to really get ragged about this whole homeless van life thing. I just want a place to live. But yeah, I was dreaming about this place last night. Specifically dreaming on how I would arrange the furniture, because it is, like I was talking about yesterday, significantly smaller than a lot of the places I've been looking at. Like, it's not tiny, but it's noticeably smaller. But again, still larger than the places I was in Sydney, paying, like 80% more rent. But yeah, I was just drifting off and just dreaming about, which room I would turn into the studio, which room I would make into the bedroom, and how I'd arrange that, and what the living room would look like. Where I would put the fridge to try and minimize the noise from the compressor, because again, if you live in a small place with a fridge, you always notice the compressor in the fridge. Just stupid stuff like that. What a miserable little dream. And did I dream about being an astronaut, going to space and exploring and meeting aliens? No. I dreamed about arranging furniture in a small flat. Anyway, I can almost see out my window. Talk to you again later. There's something I can do today. Get more medicine for the cough. Because I think it's starting to regroup. These cold nights are not helping. Well, breakfast was fine. But I have a new mission. Someone had clogged all of the toilets in that McDonald's. Like, just deliberately jammed them with toilet paper so they wouldn't flush anymore. So, first mission of the day, find an alternate place to refresh myself. Pretty sure there's I'm pretty sure there's a shopping centre nearby here, and it's literally over the road. That should be fine. Alright, we can stop panicking now. Because I do require refreshment, if you know what I mean. Soon. Yeah, much better. Much, much better. I even feel lighter somehow. So, here's what's up today. I pulled around to one of the parking spots that I like by the lake, just to chill out for an hour or two. Just what I thought about, what needs doing. Is there anything that needs doing? Should I be somewhere? That kind of stuff, because, completely empty day, which has been rare recently, apart from dedicated, days off, recovery days. And I got really, really restless. So I got up and I was going to have a walk around, and then energy levels crashed hard. Excuse me. Energy levels crashed hard. So I crawled into the... God damn it! I need some cough suppressant so I can actually talk. So I crawled into the back of the van for a bit of a lie down, because sitting in the seat in the front here, just chilling out with the phone, just felt uncomfortable. So I went back there, closed the rear curtain, swapped out the front curtain. Like I normally have a big sheet of material that I attach to the ceiling with the Velcro up here, which you can't actually see right now, but it's there. That forms a much more significant barrier that doesn't have this gap above the string here. But I swapped out the curtains that I was using on the back window to the front part here, just so I can have a little daytime curtain to pull across real quick. It's not light proof or anything. There's a gap. But during the day, it doesn't really matter, because nobody's going to be, you can't see in, and the only reason I worry about that gap in the first place is at night light leaks through there if I'm using the phone or whatever. Swap, I moved the curtain so I can just pull the curtains across. So pull the curtains across. I've been napping for about, 3.5, maybe 4 hours back there. Maybe catching up on a bit of sleep I didn't get last night because it was so frigidly cold. I don't know. But yeah, energy levels plummeted just so suddenly. Like you saw in the early eclipse, I was in relatively good spirits this morning. Didn't know what to do with myself, but in good spirits. But yeah, they just crashed out. And I just got some news which made me pretty sad as well. The place I looked at yesterday afternoon, and I'm talking, the inspection was at 5 p.m. or something. I applied immediately, of course, which would have been after hours. As of right now, I think 2 through to maybe 2 p.m., 3 p.m. in the afternoon, it's already been rejected. Normally it takes days just to process through this particular application system, but it got rejected immediately. So, and the place has already been delisted, so I don't know whether there was a problem with the listing, or I fucked up somehow in the application. So I emailed the agent just now saying, hey, I inspected this place last night, and already, we're not even done with today, and it's been rejected, which seems incredibly fast. Do you mind if I ask what the problem was? Is there something I should not be doing on my application, or, whatever? I even, in my eagerness for this place, I even offered slightly more for the weekly rent, hoping that would put me over the edge on the application, because I'm starting to get real desperate for a place. I need a home. This Vanlife thing is just doing my head in. So yeah, I'll let you know whether I hear back about that, but that's what happened to that place I was all excited about last night. And yesterday's video I was excited about, and this morning I was even telling you about the stupid dream I had of decorating the damn place, and now that's been torpedoed. So the only thing that was unusual about the inspection was there was some furniture left in there from the previous tenant, presumably, so they hadn't quite finished moving out, or they left that furniture behind and they need to do whatever with it. I don't know. But there was a bed frame, a mattress, there was a couch, there was a TV, a couple other things. So it's like just a couple of shelves, I think, as well. So maybe something went wrong in that process. I can't imagine that would have been reason enough to reject the application. I wish I knew one of the other applicants or something, so I could, text them, hey, did your application get rejected as well? Did they nuke everybody's because they decided to delist it for whatever reason? Maybe there was a maintenance problem they have to fix, and it's just not legally okay for them to start renting it, or I don't know. But very, very disappointing. But yeah, no new places have been listed today, so I will continue to check a few times a day, and then see whether something gets listed tonight or this afternoon, whatever. But yeah, for right now, that means the one new place that was listed yesterday, I still haven't heard back about any inspections on. So yeah, tomorrow looks to be much like today at this point, just a completely empty day with nothing productive or useful for me to be doing. And that's more frustrating, because before now, if I had a day like that, it was a travel day. I was just moving from place to place, eventually making my way down to Melbourne for PAX, etc., etc., etc. But now that I'm settled into this new rhythm of really trying to find a new place here in Ballarat, the down days they're at risk of driving a depressive episode, because I've got nothing to focus on, nothing productive to do, nothing to work towards. All I can do is sit around all day, which, don't get me wrong, when I have a place, I do like the occasional day where I get to sit around all day, but that's when I have a place. That's just me hanging out at home, watching some TV or dicking around on the internet or playing Monster Hunter all day or something. But I can't really do any of that while I'm living like this. So maybe that's what the collapse was all about. My body decided to just give up. I said, fuck it, let's sleep instead. I don't know. I think I might go get something to eat and then start scouting for a place to set up tonight. A quiet street in suburbia somewhere. Actually, no. Pharmacist first. I definitely need to get some more medicine. I've been working so hard to keep hold of a relatively positive mental attitude, but yeah, I'm starting to crash out there a bit too. Working hard not to let it upset me too much. Someone in a mobility scooter just cruised by with a very little terrier of some kind in their lap. That was adorable. Alright. One shipped to the chemist and $16 poorer lately. Chesty Mucus Relief Forte. Got the same brohexine hydrochloride that the last one had in it. I think this is a different brand. I think this might be just their in-house brand, different chemist. Let's see, dosage. Yeah, pretty much the same dosage. Okay. This one is supposed to be flavored vanilla and peach. I forget what the last one was. Don't think it was vanilla and peach though. Alright. That was a bit of an overpour. It'll be fine. Ugh. Aftertaste on that one's a bit more savage. But hooray! I remembered to get more cough syrup. Hopefully that'll help with the restful night's sleep. And also being able to talk for more than one sentence at a time. I'm not sure how to roll out today's video. Not even sure what we talked about today. I'm just gone completely vague. I feel like today has been largely a failure. And someone left a fairly long comment on yesterday's video, day before yesterday's, from the perspective of this clip, I guess. Several paragraphs, and just the level of ignorance and passive aggressiveness aimed towards me, towards people like me, towards autism, towards homelessness, towards the overlap between mental health issues and homelessness, made me so furious. My initial reaction was to do a direct react for a clip. Just read through it and dismantle it, and everything that this person is. Well, the short version is I wanted to tell them to go F themselves, but in a much more flowery vocabulary. I was going to tear them to shreds. I just don't have the energy. And frankly, reading something like that just sucked the wind out of my sails. It's so disappointing and so agonizing. Because this person is a regular viewer. They've watched and commented on at least a few of these. But for them to still not get what I'm trying to communicate when I do talk about the autism stuff or the bipolar stuff or whatever, it's so frustrating. It's like they're not even trying to listen. They have a preconceived notion, and any time I don't measure up to that, they invalidate me. And I really want to tell them to jump up their own arse. But that's not going to help. So instead, what I think I might do is try and get to it at the start of tomorrow's video and deconstruct it in a much more constructive way, to try and educate them on all the ways that their ignorance is harming them and their child, because apparently, according to this comment, they have a child with autism, and if they continue the way they are with this level of ignorance, that child is going to accumulate a lot of trauma and is going to grow up hating their parent. I speak from experience of growing up undiagnosed with a parent willfully ignorant, deliberately ignorant of what I was going through. And from my perspective, choosing to do things that made my life more difficult out of spite because I wasn't measuring up to their expectations. So I'm worried about this kid. So I'm going to try very hard tomorrow to get to that. It's going to be very dependent on what kind of mood I'm in and whether or not I have the energy for it, but just know that's on my mind right now. And it's somewhere between incredibly depressing and enraging, and it's just affected me in a very negative way. In any case, I found somewhere to park for the night. I'm expecting another cold night. Hopefully, new batch of cough syrup helps get through the night. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty bad about today. And I have nothing to look forward to for the week either. Like, there's nothing on the horizon. Still haven't heard back about the new place that was listed. Never got an email back from the agent that we talked about earlier. So the next few days, I have no goals, no mission, no quest. And the only thing I can look forward to is wallowing in my own rumination, which is not good for me. So yeah, I got to find a way to not spiral. But for now, thank you for your attention. And for those of you who experience it, for your empathy, mindfulness, consideration, attempt to listen and actually hear, not just wait for something you can be shitty about, which is the way some people listen. They just keep waiting for something they can argue against. That's the way they live their life online, apparently. Anyway, thank you for everyone who has supported or continues to support in whatever form it takes. The PayPal, Super Chats, the Patreon, leaving likes on the videos, leaving comments, multiple on the videos. I do appreciate that very much, to know you guys are out there rooting for me. So, until tomorrow, I guess. Bye.